Hello guys, welcome back to Comic Book Cafe, and today we are reviewing the Infinity Entity issue number 2. Now, the point of this series, or this book so far, is simple. Adam Warlock, from another reality, is basically reborn in this reality with the help of Thanatos, who has, of course, been his ally and enemy through the years. This alternate reality, Adam was born with vast power and knowledge, and he contains the energy of his former reality within him, but he did not realize his full extent of his new powers. And basically, most recently, he assisted Thanatos and the Guardians of the Galaxy in their attempt to thwart Annihilus. I always say his wrong name. Anyway, from taking over the universe, but Annihilus banished Thanos to an empty void, and severely wounded the Guardians of the Galaxy, were forced to retreat. Adam Warlock was taken prisoner, and until he found himself floating in unfamiliar space, lacking memories and desperate for answers. So that's how basically so much the premise starts off. So Adam Warlock doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know anything about his past, present, so he wants to find out what's going on. He goes on to find out basically what's going on. And he ends up running into the In-Betweener. And the In-Betweener basically, freaks out that he should be gone. He said, in the beginning of this issue, he basically tells him, you should not be in this plane of existence, and that, and Warlock's trying to get, answers like, why am I not supposed to be, here? And early on in the book, we kind of get a hint of how powerful Adam Warlock is, because, the In-Betweener's trying to move him as an aberration. He considers an aberration, which he basically tells Adam Warlock, and he goes, and In-Betweener doesn't care why he's there. He doesn't care the reason why he's in between planes. He doesn't care. You're here. You're not supposed to be here. And anyway, so what ultimately happens is, he tells him, Adam Warlock tries to tell him this is not deception. He finally realizes it's not. And he's like, how could you not know, and these things? Because again, Adam Warlock in all the Infinity Gauntlets and stuff and all the, Infinity Watch was deeply involved with, obviously the higher powers in the universe. He understood how that worked, and how could he not know this now, like he's known it. And anyway, so now the In-Betweener says his task is to explore and comprehend, not to inform. He tells him that, but he decides to, help out Adam Warlock. And so, basically he's looking at him, he goes, Adam Warlock, once you were singular, now you are infinite. You and that damn will know that's not working. That's what he says. We don't know what it is. That's what he says. And we're not sure, what he means. And then all of a sudden, the In-Betweener basically self-destructs. He turns into pieces. What the heck just happened? Did Adam Warlock do something to him? Did somebody pull him away? A higher power pull him away? And even Adam Warlock's questioning, did he do it? Because he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know how powerful he is or anything like that. But then he remembers that he needs assistance in this matter. He needs someone who can help him. And so he decides to go seek out Thanatos of Titan, of course. But when he seeks him out, he's in for a surprise. Because he finds Thanatos basically dead and headless. When he brings, he's dead. He's headless. He's like, what the heck happened to him? And even though, and each time he goes through these things, he gets more memories back from his past. He starts, slowly getting more and more back of his past. Though you still kind of don't know what those memories are, or you still kind of don't know, what does he truly remember? Which he doesn't know what's going on. And so he decides to further investigate who's slain Thanatos, and then he gets taken to the home world, the Devourer world's Galactus' home, Galactus, right? His big old ship in the sky. And he goes into it and finds out the unconceivable. Galactus is dead. Who can devour the Devourer worlds? Who can kill the guy who's older than this reality itself? I mean, that's what the Marvel Universe over the years have stated, that Galactus is from the time, the time in the universe before this universe of reality, that he existed before it. So who could kill somebody that powerful? That leads to another question. And so again, he gets another memory and decides, you know what? I'm gonna go off to basically the to one of the satellite planets of the Kree Empire. Again, this is all piecing things together. This is not necessarily like because some past, and he finds this totally like overcome, devastated, destroyed, and he's like, who could do something like this? Who could be that powerful? You know, and he does. He gets more memories, and then he goes, what is it, the Shi'ar, and there, you know, the crown jewel of the Shi'ar Empire, and that's destroyed. People are, well, it's not, the people are dead, but not everything's destroyed. And he's like, you know, who could do this? And ultimately he goes to Earth, and Earth is messed up, and he's like, and then he realizes he's going through time. Some of these things have not happened, but he doesn't have a lot of time till they happen. He's understanding this as he goes along. And then he sees the weirdest thing of all. He sees someone standing by themselves, a lone survivor of all this death, and it's Thanos the Titan. And of course, he also understands, well, his relationship with Mistress Death is kind of strained right now, right? She's not exactly really wants him around, so she's not on his high list to have back down, you know, to death with her. So she kind of wouldn't exactly want him dead, right? Even though he saw him dead earlier. And then this is where we see the weird thing, where we see a weird turn of events, where we see almost like two almost ghost Thanos in a sense. They're not totally phased in like Thanos. You see him, but they're not totally like, you can see through them. But they both have infinity gauntlets, and of course this Thanos doesn't. And he's kind of confused. He's like, well, I could approach one, but I don't know how much I can approach and convince three Thanoses of what, you know, what I want to know. And as he does, all of a sudden, whatever it is shows up, and you know, everything, like a big light happens, and all of a sudden everything disappears but him. And he thinks he's trying to engulf him, but he realizes, you know, oh, that's right, I'm out of phase. He can't affect me. I'm not within the, you know, out of sync in the moment. And he doesn't understand what's going on, you know. And like he says, my every sense cries out that I have just witnessed the very end of time and space. You know, can this truly be? Like, this is unconceivable, like the end of time and space. Can this truly happen? But then he gets an invitation or a summons he can't ignore, and he goes to it, and it is basically the higher-ups of the Marvel Universe. You know, and again, right now, because, of course, that the Living Tribunal was slain by the Beyonders, Infinity and Eternity are basically the supreme beings of the actual universe. They've always said, for higher beings that we've never seen. Marvel's never fleshed out who these higher beings are. That these, like, you know, used to be Living Tribunal, now Eternity and Infinity and Eternity. Who are these higher beings that they take care of the universe for? They never actually, like, really. Maybe I missed those counts again. There was a time period, you know, when I quit reading the comics in the early 2000s, and then I started reading them again, Civil War, and then, you know, another gap between. Maybe they actually showed who they were, but, you know, they don't show up. But anyway, you know, why did they call him? He's wondering, why are you guys calling me here? Why do these powerful people want to talk to me? And they shock him by saying, because we hope to convince you not to basically instigate the cosmic tragedy you will and unleash soon. We beg you not to destroy all there is. Have mercy. Like, they're begging him not to do it. And he's like at the end, he just says me. And the next issue, we're supposed to get answers. So Adam Warlock causes what happens, apparently, somehow. Now, here's the question I have about all this. Again, I like the book. It delves into him trying to find answers. You see things that, like, pieces to something that happens, but you don't know how it turns out. So it's kind of like teasers. You're like, oh, man, how did, you know, Thanos get messed up? How could there be three Thanoses and all this stuff? Like, how did Galactus get beat? But at the same time, you wonder, hey, well, Adam Warlock in our reality, before he begged Star-Lord to kill him, you know, his other side of him was Magnus, which was the ultimate, you know, was the evil side of him, right? Is it really like maybe this Adam Warlock has the Magnus side that we haven't seen it that will do this? Or maybe something happens that Adam Warlock decides to do this, I guess. But it'll be interesting to see how we go along. Again, so far I've liked the first two issues of the book. I like seeing the high tier, real powerful side of the Marvel Universe and those things just as much as I really love to see, the little nooks and crannies of the Marvel Universe. You can always see the big stuff, but seeing the nooks and crannies and like the really higher up stuff's really cool. And again, so far it's pretty good. I know this is probably going to lead to the, obviously Infinite final that's going to be coming up, but so far, and again, if you can go and read the first issue if you've never read Adam Warlock, jump right in and enjoy it. Again, it's kind of good to read the first issue to understand what's going on in the second issue of this book. But this was a good book. So far, it holds up. There's no drop off where you're going, okay, what the heck's going on? I mean, you don't understand why Adam Warlock would do this, but you understand he's progressing. He's getting his memories back. He's visiting places as he remembers them, and you're just kind of along for the ride. Again, enjoyable book. Obviously great for an Adam Warlock fan. But what do you think of the Infinite Entity? Did you like issue 2? Are you liking it so far? Where do you hope they go? Again, how powerful is this Adam Warlock? Is he in the tier where he is obviously he's got to be. The question is he the one who causes this? Is he the one doing this evil, or maybe he's the one that causes whoever does the evil, right? That's the question that wasn't answered. But my question, Adam Warlock, is he the powerful being in the Marvel Universe because of the former reality energy? Is he up there with Galactus? Is that his level? Is he just slightly lower tier? Where does he sit? Anyway, love to hear your guys' opinions like always. Thanks for watching, and I'll do another comic book video soon. Later, guys.